Something you need to know. Something you need to know.
What was that other thing you want to talk about? Or the
Uh,
latest thing you want to talk about?
I just want to pod, man. That's all. I just come here to pod.
No plans, no nothing?
Yeah, I'm off the cuff now.
Sounds about right.
I don't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's a strong language.
Yeah, that's right. That's a weird way to start, huh? Harsh. But I did it last week. I like starting harsh.
Apparently.
I listened back. I told them to fuck themselves.
Have you never heard of the word foreplay?
No.
It shows.
I go straight forward. I get in there and I hit it. That's a great intro.
It shows.
I'm normally foreplay to pun, so I don't need to do it myself. Other people do it for me.
You pay extra for that?
A little bit. A slight charge more. But, you know, I've got this abundance of funds now, so it's okay. Yeah, basically rich.
You're an official welfare queen?
I've never been on welfare a day in my goddamn life. Probably should have a couple times. As broke as I was, goddamn it, I should have, but I'm not claiming that. Nah, fuck that. If I ain't get it, nope. I ain't had no welfare. I ain't get no unemployment. I ain't get a little bonus check Trump sent. I ain't get none of them.
So basically, what you're saying is you were always motivated, as it were.
No, I was just in a bad situation. I needed to do other things at the time. I don't know how it worked out. It didn't work out, is what I'm saying. I would have taken those things at the right moments.
Yeah.
Because I needed it.
Yeah.
A couple times. I don't need it right now, though.
You just never decided to?
Nah, it's because, like, every time I try to go to one of them offices or buildings, some bad shit happens and never works out. They just disappoint me. Like, no, actually. Like, I went, you know what it is? It started when I was a child. Way back in the day. We went to go get disability, and they looked at me and they was like, right. He doesn't have a disability. Like, he's fine. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? What? But they gave me a disability placard.
Oh.
But they wouldn't give me money for, my mom having to do extra shit.
Well, money wasn't gonna make your leg grow.
It would have made my life easier, though. That shit would have been beneficial.
What you gonna do? Put a stack underneath your foot and walk like a normal person?
If necessarily, yeah, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Fuck you, bitch. Listen, this is my story, and this is why the government sucks. And that's what this whole podcast is about. The government sucking. Thank you, and welcome back to Government Sucks. I'm your host, Trey Sykes, and this is my partner, my husky partner. His name is Brenton Banner.
That's a whole nother podcast, and don't you ever in your life call me husky.
I enjoyed calling you husky.
Fucking sending me flashbacks of shopping for clothes as a kid. Don't you ever fucking call me husky again.
Well, you thought when you said all that shit about money under my foot, that was cool? You thought I didn't think about some kid shit? Fuck you, husky.
Yes, it was fine.
Now you husky Harris to me from now on.
Yes, you know why? Because you can't change that. You understand? So you just got to live with it and learn how to make that shit.
That makes it better?
Into comedy, yes. Yes.
You can lose yours in like a couple minutes.
My shit is more temporary. I say more temporary because I am not going back to a fucking gym right now. I don't trust the motherfuckers. I don't do it.
Who knew that husky was your buzzword? All these times I tried to find something to hit you back with.
Husky's not a buzzword.
That was one of your buzzwords.
Husky's not a buzzword.
I hit your buzzer. I didn't know it. I found it. I don't know where it was, but I found it.
You say that to a lot of women, don't you? You can't find your buzzer, huh?
I can't find it under the husky exterior. You know what I'm saying? That's typically it. That's the problem.
Is that where we're going now?
That's the name of this episode.
Is that where we're going now? Hop along.
It's the name of this episode. The name of this episode is now Husky Hop Along. That's exactly the name. That should have been the name of the podcast. Husky Hop Along.
I thought we were going to do a halfway serious topic this pod, but apparently not, because we had.
We did. I remember we had one.
We had a topic in mind, but we're not. We're going to save that for the next one. This one. This is no. This one. It's too late. This one's too late. It's off the fucking rails now. So now we're just gonna go. You had something that you had talked about before we went on.
I did. I had it and it went away as soon as we started talking. You were making me laugh just because you were talking about the guy we were watching CM Punk get his head fucked up, and you were saying this is his inner monologue while he's fighting, and that shit was funny. Made me laugh. So that's why I started. But as far as an actual topic,
there was something you were fucking.
Was I?
Yes. You were like right near the refrigerator, and you had some topic in your head. Well, we started talking about.
I like titties a lot.
We started talking about something. I don't know what it was about. Changes. It was about.
Oh shit! Yeah, we did have one.
It was about.
It was about like self-confidence and if it affects is something that basically. Okay, so here we go. I got a topic now. It's not the exact same topic, but it's a topic I've discussed a few times today anyway with other people. So why not discuss it with you? It makes sense. So basically, what I've been talking about all day is like. Actually, I'm gonna slim it even more for you. I'm gonna make it a specific thing because I feel like you'll understand this. I've been at jobs my whole life, right? Mm-hmm. And at some point, whenever I actually show up and I show my true personality and like who I am at a job, it's like everybody I work with realizes that I shouldn't be there. Like, you're really good.
Me too, but for different reasons.
Like, you're really good at stuff. You should be off doing something. People, I can't tell you the numerous amount of times in my life to this point, 30 years old, about to be 31 in like a week or something like that, that I've had people look at me dead in the face, dead ass serious, and be like, you missed your calling. You should be
a garbage man.
Yeah, cleaning up all your shit every week on this podcast.
Rock was a garbage man. That's a noble profession.
Look, man.
Listen, Eleanor. It's a noble profession.
Listen, man. The only thing I'm saying is I've heard
find treasures out on the street every week.
I've heard you should have been a comedian and you were hilarious. I've heard you should have been an actor. You missed your calling. I've heard all sorts of entertainment shit over the years. They always give me a musician one, obviously, because like, oh, you're so good. This is great. But it's just like that. I think every time that happens at a job is when I get to the point where I'm like, the fuck am I doing? Why am I here? This is not enough. I still be working to pay bills and shit. If I could just get over 100K, if I could just get to over 100K, which I don't feel like is ridiculous. I really do need to figure out why this table's so unbalanced.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can get to over 100K a year, that's more than enough for me as a regular human to live and be doing something like entertainment-wise. You know what I'm saying?
So you're just going to turn the topic serious, even though I just said that we weren't.
Well, I made it a different topic.
Okay.
I switched it. Unless you want me to go back. I mean, we can go back. I don't mind.
No, it's
I
fine.
really enjoy calling
fine.
you things.
It's fine. I just, I just want to acknowledge the tone of whiplash that the
What is this podcast called, Brent?
It's called How Do We Even Get
Thank
Here.
you. Okay. All right. So I didn't think we had to like stay on one side of the coin. I figured like we go wherever the fuck we wanted.
Of fucking course not.
That's what I thought. Yeah. But you ever had that? Like you have people say that shit to you? Because like you're an entertaining guy, you're funny. I mean, you're kind of a dick, so I doubt you come off. I don't know. How do you come off when you're in those things?
Earlier jobs, mm-hmm. I've had that before. You should be doing this. You should be an actor, comedian. You should be going for this, that, or the other. And sometimes if I got that early enough, like when I was doing wrestling, I was like, well, actually, I am kind of pursuing this, that, or the other. But especially with office gigs, I got a lot of my bosses wanted to take me to like meetings and stuff, like with like higher ups and big wigs. They're I'm going to take you to
because you can talk,
right? Yeah. Mind you, these were jobs that were boring as fuck about topics I didn't give a fuck about. So yes, maybe I'm smart, but I don't give a fuck about springs.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about logistics from overseas.
Let me ask you something. So when they were pitching this to you, right, to show
they didn't pitch it. They just grabbed me from the office. They were like, "We're going to this business lunch. You ready to go?"
I was about to say, did they give you the
and sending me
looking that smile?
Yeah.
Like,
and it was always
this is your moment. You're gonna be Mr. Spring.
And it was always a huge fucking challenge because my brain, since I was a kid. I can remember as far back as like junior high, but it may have been earlier. My brain fucking shuts off. When at a certain point, I can try to stay in with the conversation as long as possible, but at a certain point, my brain is fucking shutting off because, especially at those kinds of meetings, because it's like I could be doing other shit right now.
Yeah,
I could be doing anything else but this. Some of those jobs I was trying to build my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Surreal469.
Hey, party people in the place to be. It's me.
And actually was building it.
Hell yeah, you were. And you killed my shit.
And there would be days when they take me to some of these meetings, some of these lunches, and I'd be like, dog, I could be tweeting this, that, or the other, or there's this contest going on, or there's this outreach thing, or there's this, that, or the other. I could be
there right now. There's an event happening.
If not at the thing, I could be promoting or doing
something
this.
Involved.
I could be doing something to help what I actually want to do.
I could be doing anything but this.
Anything but this, instead of sitting next to Beige McBorrington at a fucking.
That's a great name.
At a fucking restaurant with good food. The food was fantastic, but fucking Beige Borrington talking about fucking the difference between fucking form 10980 and 10981 and the difference between getting it to them at 12 o'clock and 11:59 and all this other mediocre fucking straight over fucking managing bullshit.
Yeah. I 100% understand where you're coming from, because when I remember my second job. Well, I guess it was my third job, but I was at Target, right? Cart attendant. But they would talk to me, and they're like, "This guy's smart," right?
Yeah.
So they're like, "You know, Trey, if you work hard," I remember this guy. He probably was like 27, 30, something like that at the time. But he's like, "You know, if you work hard, and you keep doing what you're doing,
you can be senior cart manager.
You can be senior cart manager." And I remember looking at this motherfucker like, "Nigga, you got me fucked up." Like, no, hell no. Like, I worked there for all of 3 months, and then my homegirl Jessica, shouts to Jessica, she was like, she seen me, she just happened to come into Target and was like, "Yo, you should come apply at my job." I was like, "What you do?" She was like, "I work at the front desk at a hotel." I was like, Got there, kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, if you keep this up, I can see you being the manager here. Got the management position. Nobody was leaving that job. Like, everybody above me was locked in. I was going nowhere from there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I love the job, I love the people, I loved everything, but it was like, I'm not going anywhere else. Like, this is it. This is the end of it. So that ended. You know, I went to Geico, tried that. Fucking hated that job.
Yeah.
I hated that job. But they all, like, they could just see me because, like, I'll give you an example. So we did these things at Geico called UPUPs. They were called umbrella policies. Mm-hmm. So basically, our team was like at the bottom of the shit on the charts because they give you these statistics every week.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't we getting any UPUPs? I was like, well, I didn't know we were supposed to. Like, talking about, I can get them.
Yeah.
You want me to just get people to? All I gotta do is transfer them. I did like 13 of them in a day, and our shit went from like the bottom to the top. And they were like, "Trey, what the fuck?" And I was like, incentive, people, incentive. Like, I'd be bored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You tell me something else, it's a challenge all of a sudden. Yeah, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've always kind of felt that, and I always get that from jobs and regular places. Like, this just ain't it. And they always try to sell it like, "No, this is it.
Right.
This is the dream,
right.
Brent, this is it.
Yeah,
you've made it.
You can work your way up to middle management.
You're top fry cook now."
I've never in my life seen myself spending my time in an office. And listen, if you're listening to this and you work in an office,
that's what I was about to say. We're not shitting on you.
We're not.
We're just saying for our personal shit.
It's just not for us. We're entertainers.
Yeah,
we're entertainers
100%,
at heart.
100%.
Like we both had dreams of being on some sort of stage.
Something.
Whether it's music for him, wrestling or theater or acting for me.
Yep.
Like
Same
we
thing.
that artist heart doesn't
it's there. It's no matter what.
It gets tortured in a 9-to-5 job.
100%.
And guess what? Not everybody has that. And guess what? 9-to-5 jobs are great for them. But
there's a reason. There's a reason I wrote the song 9 to 5.
That was you, Miss Pardon.
Relax. I wrote that song when I came right before I came to California.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
You fucking me up. I can't even remember.
Barely getting by. That's all taking and no giving.
I said, it's crazy that's the line that inspired me, because it didn't come from rap. It came from R&B. She never said my name, but I felt she mentioned me, because that 9 to 5 grind drains me mentally. I'm working hard as fuck, trying to save some bucks, feeling stuck. Years are adding up. Still I have no luck unless I'm struck by greatness, and it takes me to another place on a daily. I was in Virginia. Tequila with Lacey, my cousin, reflecting on where I should be, and that's far from Vibe Beach. So lame jobs, y'all can have that. I'll take rap and I'll bag that, because I don't remember the rest of the bars. But whole point is,
I hope you cut a check to Dolly Parton.
I'm not cutting her shit. I should have cut a check to Beyonce. I stole her shit at the beginning. She was saying that 9 to 5, just stay alive. Well, that 9 to 5.
Hell, Dolly Parton. If you want to cut a check to us, we will gladly.
Do you work for Dolly Parton or some shit?
I can. I would. She seems like a fun person.
She's not hiring you.
She seems like a fun person.
So is Beyonce.
No, she doesn't.
She used to.
No, she didn't.
She did.
No, she didn't.
That's the shout Beyonce.
Beyonce never seemed fun.
You tripping?
Beyonce always seemed like she was at work. Always.
She was at work. She was trying to become a legend, and she did.
Beyonce never seemed like she was having.
Crazy.
I've never associated.
Have you ever seen Goldmember or not?
Hell yes, I did.
Okay, did she seem like she was having fun?
No.
You full of shit. You full of shit.
No.
I'm Foxy Cleopatra.
No, she didn't.
Not a woman. No, she meant.
Or if she was having fun, she certainly wasn't acting because that was terrible.
What about the Pink Panther? That's not what I asked you.
Goldmember was the worst Austin Powers movie of the trilogy.
He pulled his leg up by his head.
And she was the worst part of it.
Oh, you suck.
She was the worst
she
part
was so
of it.
damn good in that movie.
Oh my god.
And the Pink Panther video.
Beyonce is not a good actress.
This is Brent.
Hear me again when I say this.
Oh,
Beyonce is not a good actress.
What about when she played Nala from The Lion King?
I sure as fuck didn't see that shit.
You a hater.
I sure as hell didn't see that shit.
A lot of people did kill her. They said she was real flat, but I didn't
No shit. Shocking.
I didn't have a problem.
Shocking.
I thought she sounded good.
Shocking.
I thought she sounded
The
really
girl that has never been able to act not once, not never.
It's not true. It's just not true. She's been good in all the Destiny's Child videos. I don't know what you're talking about. That's acting.
Oh, is it?
He fucking right as acting.
Oh, right, because she was acting like she gave a damn about Kelly and the other girl.
First off, she loves Kelly.
Whoever it was that week.
It was Kelly.
Whoever the other Destiny's Child was that month.
Do you know their names? Michelle. That's the third one that was last.
The last third one.
Latoya. That's one. Latoya was one, I think, at some point. What was the other girl? There was one other girl too, wasn't it?
I think there was an original 4, and then the 2 left, and then
Michelle came.
Or one of them left, and Michelle came, and then the other one left.
No, maybe
something like that.
I know Latoya Luckett was a. I for sure remember now that she was a Destiny's Child.
I know that Super Bowl only had the last 3, and those other 2 must have been sitting there like, this bitch didn't call me once.
You gonna stop hating on Beyonce?
They all came up out of the Rey Mysterio platform 619 and landing on the fucking thing in those high heels. Those other girls were like, God, they were sitting at their Super Bowl barbecues like, this bitch didn't even call me.
I just want to say, Beyonce and Beyonce's fans, Trey Sykes, 1989 TRE, have nothing to do with any of that. We love you over here on my side. But Brent, he got his own opinions. I don't know why they gave him his own opinions. But
all I said was Beyonce can't act. That's all I said.
You said a lot about her. You said you
never
seen her have fun.
Girl can't act.
No.
And she.
I didn't even talk about acting. That's how much of a hater you are. You went from that to that.
And she doesn't seem like she. No, because you brought up fucking Goldmember. You brought up Goldmember.
Because you said she wasn't having fun.
She didn't look like she was. She looked like she was trying very hard to have fun like a normal human.
She was acting like the 70s.
She looked like she was trying to act like a normal human.
She was in the 70s.
Solid gold. Please. Beyonce looked like she was trying very hard to come off as personable, and it didn't fucking work.
Hey, how did we even get here? What were we talking about?
How did we even get here?
I genuinely have no idea.
We're talking about jobs and jobs we were too good for and all this other shit.
Jesus Christ, we got all the way to Beyonce?
Yeah.
Goldmember? That's your fault. I don't know what you did, but oh wait, I'm not supposed to say that no more. I got yelled at for that this week, by the way.
What?
When I say that's your fault, apparently that's really offensive. Apparently that is like, don't ever say that to people.
To who?
Females. It's the worst shit you could ever say.
Yeah, no shit.
But when I'm saying it like jokingly, see I just did that with you? Like, that's your fault. Like it was a joke. It was a fucking.
I know.
It was a fucking joke.
I know.
But it turned bad quick.
I know.
I was like, you know what?
I know.
You know what? All right, then.
I could tell you why.
All right, then. You have a good night, then, my dude.
I could tell you why, but that's a whole other topic. We don't even need to get into that.
All right, my dude. You have a good night. You have a good night. I'm gonna see you around then. All right.
We won't even need to get into that.
Had to pull one of those. I was tight.
Except to say, you must adjust your sense of humor when you're talking to a woman.
No. That's what I'm gonna say to that. No, I'm done. I'm done doing that. Cause I'm old now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm old and I'm not doing this shit. I'm not playing that game. Like I'm too cool as a human. I be chill all the time. I just don't.
Women don't have the same sense of humor men do.
I don't care. My thing is this: if you have if you met me one way, right, and this is what made you like be enthralled with me, don't come now and tell me that it's not funny.
You know better than that,
Brent. I don't care.
You know better than that.
You missed my point about not caring.
At some point, some point, they're gonna say something like, "I don't know why you think that's cute." Because you kept laughing at it every time I said it or did it.
What I heard was, I don't know why you think that's funny. It was the same thing.
Same thing.
But a little different, right? And I was like, your jokes aren't funny, basically, something like that. And I was like, oh, that's funny because you were just laughing like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Now you don't seem like it's funny.
Yeah.
But it was funny 10 minutes ago. I saw your face. You were like I heard it wasn't like I'm faking. It was like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, because I pick up on that too. But my whole point is, I'm too grown to have to change who I am to fucking
we should
like
chase you
not
around
be funny.
campus to kick you in the balls.
Who did that? What was that? That's a reference you said recently.
That was the girl in high school who I was joking with. Every other time.
Did you say that on the pod?
Yes, I did. Every other time, except that last time when she chased me around and kicked me in the fucking balls. Fuck you, Rachel. Never forgive you.
Yeah, fuck you, Rachel. You heard him.
Never forgive you that shit.
Whoever you are out there.
But jobs you're too.
See what I did there?
Yeah. She doesn't fucking pay attention to me anymore. Jobs you were fucking too good for, and fucking knew it at the time, and you were sitting there.
You got a list? I can tell you, like, I can go down the line. I got a couple.
Fucking all of them.
I can rattle off like 5. Oh yeah, of course.
Fucking
but I
all
can
of
rattle
them.
off like 5 right off rip. Okay, we went to Hardee's. Hardee's was great at the time. I was 15, 16, 17. Then I moved. Went to Seattle. Then I went from there to a wood factory in Seattle. I literally was making doors, like my front door, and I had to pick them up and move them from one station to the other. Mm-hmm. And like, if I slowed down, shit like hit me in the back. I said, fuck this job. I lasted about till lunch break. I took the fuck off. I ain't even go pick up my check. I'm like, fuck that. Then I had another job. Actually, you know what? I stayed the whole day. I did go back, but I didn't get my check. I left it. It was like $89. They owed me $89 somewhere, some wood company in Seattle. I think it was like even more than that. I was making a lot. That was decent money. But anyway, I went to another wood factory. That shit ain't work. We was ripping sheets of wood in half because, you know, it's like the wood capital in the world up there.
Yeah.
I'm ripping these pieces of wood, man. I gave myself this crazy splinter. Like, pull the shit, stab my legs. Thigh meat, just gone. Fuck. Couldn't pull it out. Never got it out. Don't know what happened to it. Shit's gone. It's just in there somewhere. Still to this day. Pretty sure I got the flu after that, and it was that. I'm pretty sure that caused it.
Okay.
But my point being,
how are you still alive?
I have no idea. I got like literally a sliver of wood somewhere in my thigh that never came out.
Okay.
It might have dissolved into my muscles at some point.
You should have gotten that checked out at some point.
Black people don't go to doctors. Well, I will now. I got benefits now. Well, if I do my free enrollment.
Jesus Christ.
I need to do that later. If we were a pod, I'll be doing that right now.
You immediately go to the doctor and be like, yeah, let's do an x-ray on my legs real quick.
Nah, shit's gone. I don't know where it went. It's gone. I got the piece that was hanging out. The other piece wouldn't pop out though, because you know wood, it breaks as you pull. It splinters and breaks from the inside at that point. So yeah, nah, it shit never came out.
No, see, you're afraid to go check it out because you're afraid it might still be in there.
No way, that shit's gone.
You sure?
Oh yeah, I'm positive. If it's not, it's buried. I'm hearing shit. My shit's on silent. I got Michael. Hold on. Yo, Mike. Yo, we right in the middle. We right in the middle of the podcast, man. You making the episode right now.
Oh shit! What's up, people? How y'all doing?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I had to make a guest appearance. Y'all got any questions for me before I get off the line?
You got a question for him, Brent?
You live with Mike?
Look, Nick, I'm gonna call you back, bro.
Yeah, which podcast rocks the latest hits?
Look, Nick, I'm gonna hit you back. Alright.
Motherfucker calling in like he's trying to win concert tickets.
Yo, he hit me up like that all the time on some dumb shit. Like, he get mad at me. He call like, "Oh, I bet you on a fucking Zoom call." Like, yeah, nigga, I'm working. You calling me at 12 in the afternoon? Of course I am.
Yeah, I'm fucking during peak work hours.
Right. I was really trying to figure out how I was hearing music because I'm like, I got on headphones. I'm like, and this shit's on night mode.
I thought I heard like a grandfather clock. I'm like, what am I hearing?
It's on night mode, so it's not supposed to get through, but just a couple people can get through. He one of them, so I was like, what the fuck? Am I hearing something? I'm tripping? Anyway, that's Mike. That's my boy. What up, Mike? I don't know if you've been referenced before on the podcast. Probably have. I'm sure you have, but that's Mike, guys.
Is he one of the coworkers that said you were too good for this job?
Nah, that's my boy from 3rd grade. Best friend forever. He been my boy forever. That's why he talk like that. We just be acting stupid. We pick up the phone. What up, bitch? Like we talk to each other. It's real. You don't even be nice to the other person ever no more when you know them that long. But
yeah, I realized there are certain jobs I could not spend the rest of my life in, no matter how much they were trying to like court me to do that.
How about you tell me about one that you really enjoyed, but you still got to that feeling? That
I really enjoyed?
A job that you felt like, damn, this is actually all right. Because when I got to Geico, I thought it was going to be like, oh, this is a solid job. Like, I can make $68,000 pretty soon, and then I can, like, they'll pay for my schooling. Eventually, I would have got up to about $68,000, $70,000, I think, would have been the top for me. And then I could have gotten schooling and been up to, like, 90-something or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but something like that.
I mean, when I worked at the Spring Company, like, that's the job that I worked at when I was able to make...
When you say
strides.
spring, are you saying spring like bed springs?
like bed springs, but they were actually springs for like hydraulics for like airplanes and shit.
Got it. Okay, because I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
So I worked for the spring company for like 5 years, and I actually didn't hate it, partially because I could finish everything I needed to do in like 4 hours of most days. So that gave me 4 hours of fuck around time and getting paid for it.
Which is great for you because you're building a YouTube channel.
Right. I had the option of being able to get in there, like if I didn't upload a video at home or something like that, I could come back to the office and upload it there. I didn't get a chance. It wouldn't give me a chance to like edit. Like I didn't have time for that. Right. But I had time to like do stuff I could put on and then walk away, or like tweet something, or like look stuff up, or like research stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't hate, like, especially once I got used to certain things at the office. And
what point did you start to feel like, damn it, man, I'm still working here, or did you fuck up somehow and they had to let you go?
It was a money thing.
Okay.
It was a money thing. I wasn't making enough there. This was either just before or like right at the beginning of like Uber. You know what I mean? So like I wasn't really familiar with, you know, how to do that, you know, all that stuff. And I think my car wasn't new enough for me to do it anyway. I think my car may have already been 10 years.
Is that when you still had the gray one?
No, it wasn't that old. It was 2000. That was a 2002 Lancer that I had. So actually, I probably could have, or maybe then the restriction was like 5 years.
Yeah.
I think early on it was 5.
It was. Yeah.
So like there was no way for me to like supplement my income.
Wait, side note, did you know with Uber back in the day, you used to get a Mercedes-Benz for having like the monthly, like if you hit the numbers that they be asking us about, they used to give you a Mercedes. Did you know that?
Like give you?
Like you, not like give, but you could use, that would be your car. They would give you a Mercedes to drive around in.
No shit.
Yeah, when they first came out, when it was still like, I want to say it was started in San Francisco or some shit, because I remember seeing this shit in Virginia like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Plus 10 plus, and I remember being like, damn, I want this job. I applied for it, and they were like, it's sorry, it's not in your area. It wasn't even close to my area. I'm in Virginia.
Right.
How the fuck I found out about this shit? But I was being like, damn, that's a crazy job. You get a Mercedes?
Right.
Nigga, I have a Mercedes? Yeah, that's so. Just to let you know how fucked up our lives are.
Here's the thing. Had I had a newer car and actually started like trying to do Uber, like to supplement, that probably would have taken over my job. Like I probably would have just quit and done that.
Easily.
I'm an Uber driver now, and that would have just probably accelerated the process. And actually, that probably would have saved me a lot of the heartache and fucking headaches I had over the last few years.
Honestly, if I get my car up to par and pay everything off the way everything's going right now, money-wise, if everything keeps flowing the way it is, I'm going to pay this car off. I'm going to sell this car before it, you know, tanks out and whatever. And then I'm going to get a new car, and I probably will start doing that shit again, like, early mornings. It'll probably be a normal thing again, where as the world turns back to normal eventually, unless we head into a zombie apocalypse, depending which way it goes. Right. You know, because if it starts heading to a zombie apocalypse, we're just going to get a tank. It makes more sense, you know. But if it doesn't, then I'll probably get like a really...
You going to get yourself an R&B singer?
That's pretty good. I'll probably go for like Tyrese though. That's more of my style. If I'm gonna get R&B singing. Shame on me. You know that one?
I don't.
I knew you didn't.
I don't know.
Everybody goes, sweet lady. They always want to go that route, but
that's the only one.
Nah, but that Shame on Me shit, that's hard. That was his most recent project. He might have dropped something else since then actually, but that was the shit. That song hard. Anyway, how do we even get there? You were saying something.
How did we even get here? That was the job that I didn't necessarily hate while I was doing it. I also didn't hate working at the gyms when I was working there, like actually helping people like get gym memberships and start on their way, and like, you know, I built rapport with certain members that were there, and you know what I mean, they'd always come to me for shit even if I couldn't fucking fix their shit, just because I wouldn't immediately shoot, just because like they could at least vent to me.
Just like not no.
Right.
No.
Right.
No.
So I didn't have, like, I liked that aspect of that job. I hated other aspects of those jobs. Yeah. Primarily coming from the actual companies themselves.
Right.
But the actual people I didn't necessarily have, you know, a problem with. But no, my motivation was always and still is to figure out how to make money doing what I actually love to do. Yeah. And this actually bleeds into, we're already here. The topic of how do you stay motivated, and finding that motivation and or getting it back if you've lost it. Like we were talking about this a little bit before. Yeah. a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that shit's real.
How do you?
I'm like a stronger drink.
Listen, for me, you can think about it. You can think about it for a second.
I'm gonna have to.
But for me, a lot of times there are certain things. I'm very sensitive to the media that I watch or listen to. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times there's certain things that I can watch or listen to or see that'll get me in a certain mindset. Yeah. So like, for instance, if I'm watching Californication, I want to write. I want to go back to writing scripts.
Okay, scripts. Okay,
I want to go back to writing scripts. You know what I mean? If I'm certain wrestling, if I watch certain wrestling, I'll just be absentmindedly watching wrestling, and I'll think, this pattern, this here, that, the other. I wonder if that'd be an interesting video to do, and that'll get me into that mindset. And actually, right now, the hardest thing for me to do, because I've changed up the style of YouTube videos that I'm doing. Before, I was just cranking out a lot of not low effort videos, but a lot of easy to make and edit videos. I found a factory, I found a sort of boilerplate way of doing different topics, and was able to kind of slot them in. Yeah. Now I'm doing more in-depth stuff with more videos, more pictures, like even the A Different World thing, which not a lot of people watch, but whatever. It has pop-ups and stuff now, right? It's a lot more in-depth. Right. So now the editing process is more intricate, is more intensive. It takes more time and more effort. Yeah. And I think about the topics I want to do, but I also think, shit, the editing is going to be a fucking bitch. Yeah. and that detracts me. That takes me away from wanting to do it. However, at the end of it, I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like, I feel the satisfaction, but before I got to go back in and edit it, I'm like, fuck, I got to edit this shit. Yeah. And it's that kind of trying to figure out how to motivate me. Now that's my newest hurdle, is trying to motivate me past. So I got the topic, then I think about the editing, and I'm like, fuck, and that demotivates me. But then if I actually do it and get through it, by the end of it, I'm like,
yeah. I think with most projects for me like that, I actually love editing. That's actually a fun thing for me. I love editing when it's bigger projects. Like we do the podcast, for instance. Like that's not a exciting edit because I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? That's like let me drop just the intro and that kind of thing, and that's it. There's no, let me mix this, make sure this sounds great. Let me do that. There's really nothing to do, especially when you got fans and AC units. Like that's gonna be there. Yeah. If I do that, we're gonna be. Every couple minutes, but also if we don't have these on, we'll die. So it's cool. I'm good. I'd rather stay alive.
Now there is one fix to that. It's the listeners go to patreon.com/getherepod,
record somewhere else.
They can we can figure out the Central. AC the central The audio quality will get better. Not might.
No,
it will get better.
Yeah, because we can record somewhere else for sure.
But first, you got to go to patreon.com/getherepod.
That's right. That's right. I agree with that. Motivation is an interesting thing for me, man, because like I really do. I go through peaks and valleys with that shit. I'll talk music because that's the one that has dominated my adulthood, because I decided at some point I needed to focus on one or the other. Because I have a lot of things that I'm good at, but I felt like I wasn't great at anything. You know what I'm saying? And so I focused on music, and I really made that like my
I've noticed that you're not good at anything either, though.
I was waiting for that day. I actually thought you were going to interject earlier with that. I was like, I'll wait. I don't know if you heard me pause. I stopped. I was like, he's going to say something. I bet if we look at this, you see that little lull right there? That was me pausing because I was waiting for you to say some shit. But it's like, honestly, I waited, and I kind of was like, all right, man, if I keep trying to do everything, if I keep trying to do comedy while I'm doing music, while I'm doing this, it's hard for people to take you serious as an artist when you're being funny all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. I feel like until you make it. When you make it, you can be Childish Gambino. You can come and put a comedy special out, and then...
You know what's interesting?
What's up?
I was thinking about that. The topic of being serious actually crossed my mind the other day, because I was starting to look into this other project I was going to do. And it was a wrestling project for a video. And somebody was on the screen that was a wrestler, and this was like from the Attitude Era, and it was Al Snow. He was kind of a goofier character then. And I'm like, and I just started thinking about, his renaissance. Now he's a lot more serious. He's built a lot more muscle than he even had then, back in the days when people were looking the other way at needles. Like he turned and he made himself, he renaissanced himself into a more serious character, into a more serious, not just character but persona.
Right.
And extended the longevity of his career, and he really did it with Tough Enough.
Right.
Extended the longevity of his career.
Everything.
That was 20 years ago.
Right.
He extended the longevity of his career and really his probably his livelihood, his health. And I was just started thinking about all the times that's really what did it, at least in wrestling, was somebody turned the switch and now I'm serious.
Right.
Think Kane. I'm like, I always liked serious Kane.
Me too.
Like, and Kane was one of those characters, and we were getting into wrestling now, but Kane was one of those characters that, okay, you could have him goof around with, Goldust or whatever the fuck. Right. But it was easy for you to believe, oh shit. Yeah. Now he's coming after the title. He might fucking take that shit because he's fucking Kane. And he would come back jacked up and the more seriousness. I'm like, that's one of those things in life.
That's funny. Sometimes
it's like, you know what? Maybe sometimes you just gotta get in serious ass kicker mode and be like, fuck this shit. Yeah. And shit, we were talking about Beyonce. I don't think Beyonce's fun. I think Beyonce is in constant.
Think she plays fun?
No, she doesn't. I think she's in constant take over the world mode, and that's how she's been able to take over the world.
No, that's 100% facts. But I think in her take over the world mode, she does understand that like it needs to look happy. I think she does get that, and I don't think she's unhappy. I think you're giving too much on that, but neither here nor there.
I don't know that she's unhappy. I just don't. I think at best she's right in the middle.
I think we've given Beyonce too much time on this podcast. I'm off it. But here's the thing. It's funny because I literally...
You don't want that Bayhive heat?
You don't. They coming after you. I'm not worried about that. I would love to have that heat on this podcast.
So would I.
But they would be on your ass, not me.
Did you hear this motherfucker on this podcast?
The motherfucker
I would be right there with the egg account like, oh my God, did you hear when he said this?
And he called you
time
a bitch?
Mark.
Oh my God, he would do that.
Fucking, I would love that shit. Please.
I was going to say.
Matter of fact, that's going to be my project tonight. I'm going to create 20 Bayhive accounts and get into the Bayhive like, did you believe he said this, that, and the other with this Mark here? Fuck this motherfucker.
You got to relax. But I would say, I literally had this conversation earlier this week with my boss, right? Because they called me into, technically, I'm not a supervisor at my job, right? Because I've just been on for like 3 months. But the position I got hired into is higher than what like 90% of the people are hired into. Okay. So it's like 4 of us with this position, and I'm showing like all sorts of flair there where they're like, oh, like they keep coming, right, exactly. Woo! Where they looking at me like, Trey knows a lot of shit. Let's call Trey for this. Let's call Trey for this. Let's call Trey for this.
What did I tell you about doing that? What did I tell you about showing talent at a job?
I told you I tried not to. And I told them. I actually told them. I said, I've been trying not to be good at this job.
They will come after your ass.
I literally told my boss that. She's been laughing at me because she thought I was joking, but I did not start knocking out these ideas.
Every time I went to a wrestling show and had my ref shirt in my bag and somebody said, oh, you got a ref? Yes, but I'm managing tonight. I'm not here to ref.
Bro, it's true. It's 100% true. But I told her, I said, because they were worried about how friendly I am with the staff. They're like, you're too friendly with the staff. I'm like, I am staff. But they're like, you're way too friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you have to give a directive, they probably won't be able to listen to you. I said, nah, that's not how I work. I said, I'm really good at flipping that switch. When I want to be serious, you'll know I'm serious. It goes from like, ha ha ha, jovial to like, hey, you need to get this done. And they're like, oh. Because I have a very authoritative voice as is. So it's like, okay, people normally listen to that. But it's funny because they're trying to tell me, I'm like, dog, listen, I've done this shit. I've been a manager. I know how it works. You know what I'm saying? I tell people real simple, look, they're on my back, so I'm on your back. Yeah. I don't want to be doing this, but they're telling me to tell you this, okay? It's real easy to put it on the establishment at any point, you know? It's not my fucking company. I don't own it. It ain't Trey Incorporated. Yeah. So it's real easy for me to be like, hey, look, this, da-da-da-da. But we were talking about that, and it's just funny that you said that with the seriousness because for me, with music, and taking it serious and staying motivated with it, man, for me it was like I had to get off of the perfection thing, you know, because for the longest time my competition in my head was Kanye West and Jay-Z. These are the people I was chasing. You know what I mean? I wasn't chasing the local dude around the corner. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that shit. Listen, I'd heard a couple people say that. I was like, this nigga must have put out a video or a tweet or something saying he running again because I didn't see it, but I've heard a lot of it, so I know it has to be a thing. Cause I got tagged in a couple of posts. Kanye 2020. All right, nigga, get off my page.
Yeah, he did.
He got to relax. But
and I just saw something coming back that he said He's getting Joel Osteen.
Epstein.
Not Epstein. Joel Osteen, the preacher.
Oh God.
The big tooth preacher as his VP. Because he was doing tours with him before the world fell apart.
Yeah, he was on the Sunday
service. Hey, yo, listen. No, North Korea. I'm not no gay fish. North Korea.
I hate doing this
Stankonia
podcast.
said they were willing to drop bombs over Baghdad.
That was Dave Chappelle. Relax. Will Smith and Dave Chappelle can still get my vote before Kanye.
I'll take Dave Chappelle as president.
I'll take Dave Chappelle for sure.
I'll take Dave Chappelle as president. Especially
at least he had me weak.
Especially if he goes in as Black Bush.
Listen, just the fact that he would have to do briefings all the time, out loud in front of the public. We get comedy specials every day. I'm taking it. Sign me up for Dave Chappelle as president. And
Mr.
we get
Chappelle, your new tax plan seems to have some problems in it.
Wait, hold up. Bitch, what you said? You said with the tax plan. Why you paying attention to it?
Oh, word? My tax plan's got problems in it? Yo, you know what my tax plan's got problems with? Got problems for? Fucking billionaires. I'm a millionaire. I'm fine. Billionaires got something to say. You ain't even a billionaire.
Security. Somebody grab her ass. Get her out of here.
You a bad wench to the billionaires. Get the fuck out my briefing. Next.
I told you what. Fuck out my briefing. That's one of the funniest.
You, Shamar from BET News. What the fuck you got to say? I'm not picking on you.
I didn't mean you. No, I didn't mean to call you. You supposed to be with us, man. You one of us? Huh? You supposed to be one of us. Why you doing this to me?
President Chappelle. I'm not calling on none of y'all motherfuckers. Sway. What you got to say? Huh?
We got Dave here.
How, Sway? How?
Anyway, I'll see you later, niggas. I'm out. I got smoked a blunt, walking off the stage. Fuck it. We already got President grabbing by the
Ashley Larry's next to him on every fucking briefing. Darnell Rollins on every fucking briefing.
Like right at the end.
At every fucking briefing.
That's definitely getting taken down.
He's got Neil Brennan as his white interpreter.
He should be the vice president
for white people.
It worked for the Chappelle Show. Why not have Neil Brennan be your vice president? That would be perfect. They did great writing before. Maybe they can do it.
President Chappelle, what do you have to say of opponents who mention your vacation days? My vacation days, bitch. Don't you know I went to Africa once for years?
You know how hard I worked to make it to have a fucking vacation
for years, bitch. I took 2 days off on Easter weekend, and I'm Muslim.
Fucking stupid. God damn it, Kanye.
Motherfucker can't go Easter basket shopping with his kids.
You know, the problem is the reason we went Dave Chappelle instantly is because it would be funny. It would at least be funny.
Hilarious.
Kanye is gonna go on rants that aren't funny. A lot like Donald Trump. They won't be funny. It'll be like
they will be at first.
It will be at first until you realize he's really there.
No, we all except the difference. Here's the difference. We already know Kanye West is fucking nuts. Is out of his fucking mind. That's true. People didn't necessarily realize that about Trump. Until he was already deep in the election process.
When he started running, as soon as he started talking, like when he wasn't on The Apprentice and he started talking, I was like, oh, this nigga's crazy.
No, it was when he was.
It won't late.
It was when he actually won the Republican nomination that people actually paid attention to.
Nah, you tripping? You tripping? I knew that shit. Maybe people talking like, bro. I knew that shit. And when I first heard him start running, the shit he was saying, because you got to remember he was saying crazy shit about Obama birth certificate and shit prior. Yes. Like before he ever really announced running, he had already started that shit. So he had been chirping for like years about like crazy shit about that and just making it a huge thing. So you're like, yo, what are you talking about? You don't think they checked that? You don't think they did their due diligence before he got in the office for that?
It was Obama busting out the Hulk Hogan theme song at the correspondence dinner. That fucked him up.
That did it to him. And then he did joke him. He joked Donald in the crowd. You remember that?
Yeah, he was in the crowd.
He fried his ass.
There was video of it.
He fried his ass.
He had Real American playing in the background with videos of his birth certificate as he came up to the stage.
I didn't see that.
And they showed Donald Trump sitting at his table like, this fucking nigger. Fucking kill him.
Wow, you just jumped.
I'll fucking take him out.
Brent, I've never seen you take such a stance.
No, listen. I have Omarosa. I like Omarosa. I don't like this one. He's getting a little uppity. For me. I don't like him.
I feel like
I don't like him.
Although
I wish my skin looked more like him, which is why I try to make it orange. But I don't like him. him.
Yeah, what you got in your cup, bro? What you got in your cup?
Not right now.
I never heard you take such a stance.
Not right now.
On anything.
fucking playing Hulk Hogan's theme song against me? Does he know I hosted WrestleManias 4 and 5 at Trump Plaza? 4 and 5. I don't like him.
This is an enjoyable distance for you to be doing that vocal. That did not sound horrible. Yeah, I was like,
no,
okay.
but that's what did it. That's what got him in the game in the first place.
Because it was that same meeting. I think Obama nudged him again. He said something else to him too. Because I can't remember what it was.
No, I think like his whole opening monologue was digging on Trump.
He killed him. It was amazing. It was fucking hilarious.
His whole opening monologue was digging on Trump.
Fucking
and Trump
hilarious.
Was like, "Fuck this."
He ain't
guy.
like that shit. Yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna be the president. I'm gonna be the fucking president."
No. See, I don't even think he wanted to be president. I think
he didn't. He wanted to further the businesses and shit.
Right.
Then he fucked around.
He wanted to get his name out there and pump his other shit.
Yeah.
And Hillary Clinton was like, and
just a bad candidate.
She was fucking just awful.
It was a bad matchup.
And that's how you got. That's part of how you got Donald Trump.
How the fuck did we get here?
How did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we get
on
here?
A ledge. I didn't even think you was getting on that ledge. I'm trying to get you on these kind of ledges for months, and you won't do it.
That's not particularly.
No, you said something strong.
That's not particularly.
Something strong you said.
That's
to
not
start
particularly.
Hold on. Before you started comedy, you said something. Let me see if I can backtrack.
That's not particularly. That's not particularly.
I need to stop this and play back what you said. I need to hear it again.
So how do you motivate yourself, Trey? What motivates you?
When Brent goes on tangents about the president,
motivates you?
That motivates the fuck
What
out of
motivates
me.
you? Fucking Terror Squad songs. What motivates you?
Fucking Fat Joe. You know what? Fucking Fat Joe.
Listen, do we want to talk
rappers.
Do we want to go there? Because listen, he could be your business partner. Why don't you chill out?
I don't have no hate for Fat Joe.
You could be burning a business bridge right here if you go into all that. I just mentioned Terror Squad. I didn't mention
fuck that.
I didn't go into all that shit.
And it had TS on it. I was pissed back in the day. I wanted that chain. My name is Trey Sykes. That shit made sense. I wanted one. Everybody wanted a rock chain. I wanted a TS chain. That's Trey. That's me.
What motivates you?
I keep trying to tell you. Keep talking like Donald Trump. And Kanye talking about all this bullshit. I don't even remember what I was talking about now. Now I'm talking like him. I don't even know, man. Fuck this. I plead the fifth. 3, 4, 5, fifth. No, honestly, it's for me. I think is the completion of a project when it comes to music is the motivation. Once I get it done and I get to listen to my own body of work and I sit there and I play it for somebody and I can see them connect to the emotion I had at that moment and I really see it on their face like, shit, I see what he's doing. Like I see where he was going with this. That to me feels like, all right, that was worth it. You know what I mean? But when you're in the process of it and you put it out and you get a couple of those people, the first day you get a ton, right? You get a bunch of people, reactions. And when you say ton for like regular people, that's like 20, 30 people respond, right. They text.
Right.
Like I remember not the project last year, the year before that, when I put that shit out, people went fucking ham. Because I dropped the project and then the next day I dropped the video at midnight and they were just like, yo, what the fuck? Whoa, he just did something. So I got all these texts, man. I got flooded with comments and likes and shit. And I was like, that was fucking dope. That was that motivation feeling, right? And that was the first real project I had dropped since the departure that was dope, like on a full level that was recorded clean and all this shit. Yeah. Then I dropped Isolation Island. Then I dropped 2019, the second one. Then I dropped Isolation Island 2. So it's like I had all of these in a row and they just felt like they went together. But it's like after a while you start to look and you're like, damn, these numbers are not even breaking hundreds, really. It's just like I might have a couple that are high 80s, high 90s, you know what I mean, track-wise. But it's like you start to lose that steam. And for me, right now, musically, I feel like I have one big project left right now. I'm not saying that I'll stop completely or that'll be it, but that because it is hard to stay motivated, especially the way the world is right now with Corona and everybody inside and not really doing nothing. Mm-hmm. Like I'm doing a lot. I have people coming to me and we're chilling and I'm hanging out with different friends or whatever, but it's not like going out and meeting random people. You know what I mean?
Well, we talked about this when we talked about the initial concept of this idea is when you see, you're right, when you see the reaction to your finished work and it's a positive reaction and it's good and you realize that, because I don't know if you work like this, I'm one of my biggest critics.
Hell,
right?
No question. You fucking right.
I can go over things over, and a lot of these projects, especially the bigger ones, I go over them over and over and over and over and over and over again. I posted the worst King of the Ring video on the 25th year, not anniversary, because it's technically the 24th anniversary. Anyway,
I kind of want you to save this for another podcast. I kind of want you to say this topic because this was actually the original topic that I had in the kitchen. This was what you said that got me going on that. So I feel like this is a completely different. We could go somewhere else on this one.
Okay.
So I feel like we should kind of wrap this one and call it a podcast.
Okay. Because since we have 14 on there, we have no idea how much that is.
That is.
I'm assuming that's 2 minutes.
It's about 45 minutes.
I'm assuming that's 5 minutes that we have on there.
I think that might be 49 minutes.
Okay. Great.
Yes, probably closer to 40.
Great. In that case, on the next podcast, you can find me at Surreal469 on Earthing. SURREAL, the numbers 469.
And you can find me on the corner sipping dub, riding in my truck, not giving a fuck, busting on some slut. All right,
now see, whenever I think of that, you can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs.
That was kind of where I was. Yeah, that's kind of where I was. But then I mixed it. I didn't want to get it pulled down. So you're trying to get it pulled down right now. I didn't want to. Look, man. Right, shoulder shrugs. You can find me at 1989 TRE.
What happened to Nelly? Nelly was dope for a couple years.
He was on Husbands Hollywood. Show is funny though. You can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube. Why, fans? Why? Because YouTube hates me, and you all know that.
And you can find the podcast
on the corner sipping on dub. All right, my bad.
I just did the whole thing. Now you want to come back and
show the shrug.
Yeah, the sarca. On Twitter at @here_pod, Facebook and Instagram Get Here Podcast, and on Patreon, where you can fucking feed this enterprise.
Yeah.
And become an associate producer just by doing so.
I'll
by
shout
hitting
you
a
out
certain
with this
tier.
voice. With this voice, I will shout you out. You know how dope that is? You know how fucking dope that is?
That's right, fellas. Patreon.com, and he's single too, fellas.
He is.
Patreon.com/GetHerePod. That's Patreon.com/GetHerePod. All one word.
Yeah, and how did we even get here?
Mean mugs and shoulder shrugs.
Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here. Hey, yo, man,
navigator.
Hit it. Wait, that's at the end. This beginning. End it.
End the fucking podcast.
All right, we're done.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.